maybe on some beaches as well. Is this all fair game? I mean, what do you think when you see people on the beaches as they have been of late at Branscombe?
Well, nobody can really blame them, can you? This stuff all gets washed up on the beach and people just think it's there for the taking. Generally, you are allowed to pick stuff up off the beach and take it home, and you have to report it to the receiver of wrecks within, say, 28 days. That way, the receiver of wreck knows who's got the item, where they found it, and it gives the real owner a chance to reclaim the goods.
Well, that's it, Peter Gunn, isn't it? It's all about the rights of the owner. If the owner doesn't want to reclaim the goods, then presumably they can be kept.
That's right. It's Richard Gunn, actually, but don't...
Oh, Richard Gunn. Well, do excuse me. We're told us, Peter. We do apologise.
Yes, that's right. The law is that stuff, basically, that's washed up on the beach belongs to the Crown if it's not claimed by the actual owner. And an individual that walks along the beach, finds something, has a duty and a right to report it to the receiver of wreck, who will give orders for him to look after it, perhaps. And if the rightful owner, the person that actually owned it, pitches up, then those goods will be returned to him with a reward.
Just want to ask you specifically about the Napoli. Who does own those goods? Is it the shipper, the owners of the Napoli, or the people who are exporting them, like those BMW motorbikes? Who owns the goods while they're at sea and if they're washed up?
It's certainly not the ship owner. The owner of the goods is the person that you might expect to own it in those sense. So it could be BMW in relation to the bikes, or if they've sold it on to somebody else, then it will be whoever has purchased them. With the Huggies nappies that we saw being washed up there, it's probably Huggies in some way or another, or Sainsbury's or wherever it might be that purchased them and intended to sell them in the shop. They are the owners.
And what about, we've heard about families who've had their own personal possessions that have been shipped. One Swedish family I read about this morning that was having, I mean, you said, David, well, you can't blame these people for going along, but these are personal possessions in some cases. Is it really right? I mean, is there sort of not a code that people wouldn't usually abide by, that you would abide by, that if you find personal belongings, for example, that really you don't really have a right to take them home, whether or not you sign a form?
I think if there's any way that you can trace the owner, then fair enough, you should make every effort to try and return it to the owner. In the case of the stuff that's being washed up on the beach, there is a legitimate owner, and it belongs to them. So these people really are stealing.
Yeah, so much easier to trace. I mean, you found, let's just have a look through some of the things you found. Much of it is very, very old, and, and clearly the owners are no longer with us.
Oh, no, that's right.
So how does that work then?
Finding stuff inland is different. Basically, the laws regarding treasure trove are probably some of the oldest laws in the land. They were devised probably, I think, during the reign of William II as a way of gaining wealth for the state. Obviously, people were going out farming, ploughing up hoards of gold and silver, and at the time when there was no law to declare it, people suddenly became rich. But obviously the Crown suddenly thought, well, hang on, we ought to bring in a law here. What's in the ground? If it's gold and silver, the Crown should declare it as theirs. And so the laws were brought in. If you find hoards of gold and silver in the ground, you have to declare it within 14 days.
Technically,
and it's either declared treasure trove and it becomes property of the state, and you are therefore entitled to the full market value of these goods, or the state can disclaim it and it can be returned. But these laws were changed about 10 years ago, because up until 1996 these laws only encompassed things such as hoards of gold and silver, or involving coins, or artifacts that comprised of over a certain percentage of gold and silver.
Sorry to interrupt, because we've got to move on, unfortunately, but you can see where this sort of grey area arises. We're going to have you back to talk about this if people want to email. So thank you both for the time being, David and Richard. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, now it's time to join our news teams across the UK. Join us again at 8.